All right, we are doing two. Right, ready to go right back into it. So we are getting started very shortly here. If you're just joining us, this is the Triple Bingo tournament. This is the I forget what it's the round before the finals. I never know what to call these things.
Semifinals.
Semifinals. I never
The
know.
the penultimate final round.
Yeah, that one. This is the 2 seed versus the 3 seed. ARealCutie is the second seed. Zeb is the third. ARealCutie did take the first match with a 43 to a 48. Pretty rough card, which, as I said, is pretty much standard going for Cutie. So I expect nothing but just absolute garbage on this race right here. Should be interesting to see. Again, if you're just joining us, kind of the mile high view of this is Cutie's a top level speedrunner of this game. Zeb is probably one of the most creative runners in Triple Bingo. So, not to minimize it, but kind of a brains versus brawn situation, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, Cutie is obviously knows very good router and everything too. So
yeah. I mean, I think for sure it's like, even like execution aside, like if we had tasks running, I think Cutie would still outroute maybe every person who's not still in the tournament, if not close to that.
yeah, I mean, he's. I think the main, like I said, if Cutie's got a weakness, it's being able to read these cards quickly. Might not like I said, I think the best way to put it again is I think just Zeb's a little bit more creative. Gonna see some things a little bit more off the wall. Whereas Cutie's going to be doing the Fantoon Meridia stuff 99% of the time, unless you can see something really wild. But yeah, let's take a look at this card. Warfare map in the middle. Oh my god, the dream. It does pair in on one of the diagonals with Finishing Metal Pirate. This might be right here. I would start looking for a Craig Ridley.
I'm begging for a KR map.
There's Crocomire and Ridley on the other. But then, oh god, Crocomire with French? No. You're not doing Ridley and Finishing right. That's. I mean, it's literally a planet. That is literally on the opposite sides of the planet. So no, we can throw that one out. What about column 3 maybe? Column 3 you could do trade Fantoon, right, in column 3. Only problem with that is you do have to steal a power bomb at one point from the Norfair map, which MGA reminded me when I was like, why didn't he do Warfare map earlier? I'm like, he doesn't have a power bomb, idiot. Like, you need a power bomb.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're just doing like an early alpha peeps.
Yeah, this might be like last time where it was like the criteria power bomb was in the middle, but it was all like trash. Row 3, god, there is a good bit of lower Norfair in here, but most of lower Norfair is pretty bad.
That's I mean, that's the unfortunate thing about bingo.
Row 5, top left, bottom right. No, never mind. Top left, bottom right's got speed. I was thinking maybe a PR route, but that doesn't work. Skip charge beam and defeat Ridley is always a problem, just from ammo standpoints for column 5. Yeah, another trash card. Cutie keeping the streak alive.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's something good in this card.
There's probably something. There is. I will say there is that spring ball in there. We saw Zeb do the Crystal Flash to Bot Loom. Could also see a Crystal Flash to spring ball. That Crystal Flash, I think the Crystal Flash to spring ball has a lot more uses because you can do, like I was saying before with the ice, what you can do is you can just grab spring ball on the way to like a Norfair or a lower Norfair, right? Especially with that being in, honestly, with that, the spring ball and Finished Metal Pirate Room, if Zeb can get something else to do a PR route, he can just grab spring ball on the way. Except for the problem with that, you just need the third power bomb, so you have to do like criteria or something, or have to do a burn revisit. Yeah.
You know how you could get that many power bombs your first time through Bran?
No, I don't. How?
Is this funny trick?
I forgot. I was like, no, how? I'm like, oh wait.
If you get to be Fantoon first propagandist, I get to be Moondance propagandist.
Yeah, I don't. I know we were talking about it in North Korea, and Zos proved that it's actually pretty good there. But I'm not.
I don't think it's the fastest route there.
In triple, I think it is the fastest route there. I mean, it's in the world record now, so.
Even Zos has said he's not convinced.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
well, I'm less convinced in triple bingo because like generally you're doing so much collection anyways. Like,
Oh, I think Moon Dance is pretty much unilaterally bad in bingo.
yeah, I think more in it might have more use in dab honestly because people are trying to force you to do bad stuff and it can make a bad turn into decent. But if they know you can move dance, then they're not going to give it to you. So you know.
I
But
mean,
it's
can Moon
kind of
Dance
like,
and should Moon Dance are two different things.
yeah, I'm just saying I think dab is more where you would see it. But
Yeah.
if you're a known moon dancer, that bad row is no longer bad for you, so it's not going to be given to you. But the fact that you can do it does therefore means you get less bad rows. So I don't know, it's weird. It's like you need the threat of it to be good in dab, but you never actually do it because no one's going to bother to do it to you. But yeah, don't really know on this one. This is an interesting one. Yeah, there's just it's kind of like kind of like the last card. You see a lot of decent stuff, and then there's just one poison thing that just makes it like the top left, bottom right, where it's like, yeah, it looks great, and then you got to kill Ridley and then go all the way back to Rex
Yeah.
tank for him. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, like the bingo algorithm is
Dabro, honestly, top left, bottom
yeah.
right. Here you go. Enjoy.
Oh yeah.
That's a mean Dabro. Like, yeah, we don't have any Criterion map or anything, or even like I don't see a lot of reserves that they can maybe tell or show their hand early.
Yeah, I mean, there's Norfair or Wreck Ship Reserve. Almost certainly would be Norfair if they got it.
Yeah, I feel like there's row 5, bottom left, top art. You're doing Fantoon, then Ridley, and then oh no, never mind. I keep saying top left, bottom right, but there's the space jump that makes not a thing to do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think both of these diagonals are just nothing.
This is hilarious. Like every Norfair row in this has something in it that you can't do. Defeat Ridley. Okay, you're either doing that. I mean, row 5's okay. He's the only one. But I guess column 5 is okay too. But the skip charging makes you not want to do it. The top left, bottom right's got the finish and wreck ship. The Norfair super missile's got finish and wreck ship. The finish and middle pirate room has space jump. Right, so like, and defeat Crocmire and Dragon is also in finished metal pirate room. Like, it's just like they're making you do Meridia and Norfair, which is not a thing you're ever gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're all hilariously poison pilled. So like, yeah, like if you start throwing that stuff out, I think you're just left with like 2 or 3 rows, honestly. Maybe I want to say row 5, column 5. But what's your third one?
Column 3, row 5, you said?
No, row 5, column 5.
Oh, row 5, column 5.
Fantoon, Ridley, and then you're doing some stuff in Meridia. Or you're doing stuff in Brinstar. But what's the last thing? Row 3? Row 3. I mean, that's the one thing I can call row 5, row 3, column 5. I don't know what else you do.
Like, so you end at Ridley then?
Yeah. Ending at Ridley makes lower Norfair better.
What are that top left, bottom right every time?
Yeah, no, and the worst part is they're as far away from each other as possible too. So you're like, yeah, it's fine. I read like 4 of them, like that's great. I'm sure the fifth one's not a problem. Okay, well we do have an early hint here. Spore Spawn from Zeb. This is a really big hint because not only is he doing Spore Spawn, he's doing Spore Spawn now, so he's also planning on not doing a Burn Revisit. So that is really interesting. That really. Row 2 is also interesting because. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I was gonna say row 2, but the space jump's in there. I was saying like row 2. The thing about Meridia Map Station is the one we said this last match. It's the one Meridia thing that you can get with super easy. You can get on the way to Norfair. But unfortunately, it's kind of in rows, which is. Yeah, I mean, you could do column 1. No, finish and wreck ship energy tank. Yeah. That thing sucks. It's horrible. Meanwhile, Cutie, while we're just chit-chatting about this horrible card, is almost at Fantoon. He's almost at wreck ship already, so. Cutie, go fast.
Yeah, getting a power bomb time.
God, he got at 842. Like, my best is like barely sub 9. He's. So he's got nothing else. Like, he just went straight here. This is full 80% for him right now.
Did he get charged?
He might have skipped charge. He did because it's still tracked.
Yeah.
So okay, that makes it slightly less of a disgusting time, but still, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like he can get like 830s and stuff even with charge. So.
Oh, Zeb just Zeb did the hard part of that moonfall, and then missed the actual moonwalk.
Cutie not going 2 for 2 on CWJ today. See the bomb jump here, I'm sure.
Oh
Ooh,
no!
Yeah, like I said, this happens to everyone. Happens to the best.
So, what if Zeb is actually going down Red Tower and he wanted the extra supers earlier?
It could be. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing, the thing is, like, if you're doing, you can really only get, if you do Kraid Ridley, you can really only get 10 supers if you get Spore Spawn supers. Your third is potentially GT, but then that's even more ammo usage.
Mm-hmm. Is there... Well, Zeb is certainly not fighting Ridley without coming back to Brinstar.
Well, I had...
Yeah. Because he doesn't have charge, so...
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I mean, the route I came up with did that, but he's already past that. But yeah, he is going down. Probably... Yeah, this card's weird enough. This is probably the right call for Zeb again. Cutie really strong at this. Did have a little trouble with the moat, but like I said, it happens to everyone. When you're speedrunning, you just go ahead and hit slam that reset button.
Yeah.
When that happens, but that's not an option here. So,
yeah.
Like when you're speedrunning, if that trick's like 80% consistent, it's early enough in the route, you just go, good enough.
Yeah.
But in stuff like this, like you just got to keep trying.
Yeah, and you know, very nicely, the SNES is maybe the most satisfying console ever made to reset.
Yeah, I got the Super NT, so I reset my button, so I don't have the satisfaction of slamming that button, that big boy.
How's it feel not spending hours troubleshooting analog stuff? Or, well, analog video, not analog company.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand what you meant.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have like a SNES and a retro tank too, but even that, then it makes the analog stuff pretty easy. I mean, the CRTs are only going to stay around so long, and there's not more on the way. So everyone's just got to get used to their LCDs. Might as well do it now. All right, some pretty nice quick kills from both of these runners. Kraid and Fantoon going down simultaneously there.
Mm-hmm. I like CRT because it's cheap.
Yeah, I mean, technically my monitor was free because I also have a computer, so
yeah,
it doesn't get much cheaper than that. Like,
yeah, I mean, before I switched to CRT, I had like a 10-year-old monitor that I played on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got rid of my CRT like a year before I got in retro gaming, and it was actually hard to get rid of. And like 12 months later, I was like, "Oops, wish I didn't do that."
Yeah, it was a few more years for me, but yeah, I like up until like 2016 or something, I had like a pretty significantly big Trinitron from the early 2000s. But back to the race.
Yeah, we do have pretty big evidence from Cutie here. Fully explored the wreck ships off the table.
Yeah.
Let's eliminate 3 rows. What were the ones I said? I had some. I don't even remember what I was doing. Like, I think I was doing row 2. Yeah, he would have had to. No, that's right. He would loop around for a Spore Spawn, so he could still be doing what I was suggesting. Row 2, row 5, column 5. That was it.
Yeah.
So, but right now, Cutie is just doing a pure 80% wreck ship, which definitely makes, there's not a lot of wreck ship on this card. But, I mean, generally in Bingo, Kraid and Fantoon are like your setup bosses. You pretty much have to kill one of them. Unless you want to go like full Cosmic Brain and like Hell Run and skip Kraid. And, like, I mean, it's possible. There are ways you can do it.
Yeah,
The Hell Running's so slow, like, you don't... it's very rare that you just want to skip Kraid. The reason, like, Hell Running was in it with the, get Gravity and skip Varia. The point of that was to Hell Run, but now we just go do Phantoon first and say, that sounds hard. We're just going to go get Gravity.
Yeah.
Not that Gravity first is easy. Like, it is. I mean, Cutie makes it. I mean, both these guys make it look like nothing, but it is incredibly hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a factor of when when Bingo was developed. Like we see, I believe the hardest square is actually collect Spring Ball and skip Grapple, which now quite a few runners know the Puyo Ice Clip.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it
doesn't really hold the same status as it used to.
Yeah, I mean, it's mandatory in this because that's a tile, right? Like,
yeah,
you have to at least know how to do it. Like, you can't just completely ignore it. So, I mean, I kind of hate that one because that's the only one that's like forcing a stupid pony trick, right? Like, the rest of them are pretty standard, like speedrunning stuff. That one is like, I'd rather it exist as something you can do to be efficient. Not, I hate that it's forced ever.
Yeah, I mean, there are many conversations to be had. Everyone has an opinion on how Bingo should be.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Very nice Hellway from Cutie. Meanwhile, Zeb is... Alright, so we're getting the North Fair Reserve. That was on here somewhere.
Column 2, row 3.
Yeah. So...
3?
Like, you see the Crocomire and you see the Metal Pirate Room row 2, you're like, oh, that's great. And then there's the End Dragon thing, which really throws a wrench into the whole thing. God, you know what? I've been saying this, like, I actually don't think a Kraid Crocomire Suitless Dragon is actually that bad. We were talking about North Korea earlier. Like, I killed Dragon in something like 28 minutes in that. Which, assuming you just have to do a couple things around that, that's a pretty fast time, right? If you don't have to do too much else, that's not that far out of the way. It's not the greatest thing, but
yeah,
like we said, Zeb's really good thinking outside the box. I wouldn't be shocked to see something like that.
Yeah,
the column 2 doesn't make sense in that one because it's finished with Metal Pirates, which is
yeah. I mean,
that's just a joke.
Yeah, and I mean, you can kill Dragon even faster than that in this because it's going to be a KD as opposed to Dragon first.
Sorry, did Cutie blow the tube? Because I know I've been saying this, like, Phantoon really kind of... Well, he didn't do Brinstar reloop, so no.
Yeah.
So he's got to be doing some Meridia stuff. We do see the Norfair map from Cutie. Wow, I wonder if... No, I was going to say top left, bottom, or bottom left, top right. Like, go down and finish Metal Pirate. But no, that's pretty bad. Skip Charge Beam. The skip Wave Beam, and all the skips are throwing me off because it looks like he is doing something, but those are nothing. I mean, skip Charge Beam means a little bit more than skip Wave. I know Azure said he skips it if he doesn't have to get it, but I don't think anyone else does. I think everyone grabs it if they can.
Wave Beam?
No, Charge.
Okay, yeah. Because I was going to say, skip Wave Beam is sort of your de facto thing.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm getting Speed Booster and I'm going to Dragon, I'm getting Wave Beam.
Interesting.
Like, it's for the same reason, right? Like, I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little out of the way, I guess. But yeah, a lot of times I will get Wave Beam if I can.
I don't know. Like, double chamber sucks, single chamber sucks. But I guess they do make stuff faster. I think it depends on how boss heavy your route is.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, if I'm not killing Dragon, then no, I'm not bothering. But
or if you're killing Croc, then you can get that grapple beam.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to say I just blindly get it, but yeah, I'll go grab Wave if it's not on a card and it makes sense. But yeah, but like I said, there's something to be said for comfort. Just like, if you're a speedrunner of this game, like, you've spent hundreds of hours practicing that Dragon, right?
Yeah.
You have not spent hundreds of hours practicing every random version of Dragon that you could potentially do, right? Like, it adds up really quickly.
Pertinent to this conversation right there, we just saw Zeb lose, what was that, about 15, 20 seconds to that wave gate,
Yeah, exactly.
which
Like
is something that Zeb is, of course, more than capable of doing.
it's, I
Like,
mean, it's the one frame trick thing. Like
yeah.
same thing with like we were saying with crystal wall jump, continuous wall jump. Jesus. It's hit the button on the frame, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, if anything, this is harder than continuous wall jump, right? Because there's some other stuff going into it.
I just really like crystal wall jump. I call it the Carly Rae Jepsen, but that's good too.
Carly Rae Jepsen. The rest of this match, and we can thinking of "Call Me Maybe" puns now. That's what's happening.
Yeah, she has 2 other albums plus 2 B-side albums after that.
Oh, I know.
Choose
Don't
from.
worry, I listened to all of them.
All right.
Acting like they're not on my Spotify right now. But everyone else might not know these references. Okay, I'm understanding. The
Okay,
audience.
I understand. Not everybody. Not
if you wanna have
everybody
a
saw her on the
gab fest-
dedicated tour.
If you want to have a gab fest about my girl Carly Rae Jepsen afterwards, I'm more than happy. So we do have them doing similar things in different suits, though. So it looks
Yeah.
similar, but it's not. Yeah, I don't. Like there was the stuff I came up with. I think that was decent, but they're neither of them are doing that, obviously. So I just.
Yeah, I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah, this is like
I'm
I said.
happy to talk about whatever because I don't know how you do this card.
Yeah, there was my thing, but I don't know what they're doing, and I'm usually pretty good at like kind of figuring out what Cutie's doing, but he might be going a little off the wall on this one. So I mean, I can't. They're doing such different routes, like you can't even like.
Suit.
It's really hard to judge who's like kind of ahead here. Like when they're both doing like a Fantoon Dragons, like someone is close, like physically closer to the end, right? So it's like, well, they're closer, but they have less tiles, and you can kind of like do that. This is, I have no idea. Like,
yeah, what it seemed like Cutie was going for there. Does that work? Can you do a bounce ball to get to Croc PBs?
Bounce ball to get to Croc PB. I think there's some stupid damage boosty thing. I know you can do like a spring ball.
There's a D boost you can do, but like Cutie had a lot of run speed, and from the room before,
you can jump up there.
Like,
I didn't know that. I did not know you could jump up there.
Oh, what? In the Indiana Jones room? Yeah, that's a really important backup.
Huh. Well, today I learned.
Yeah.
So, all right, Zeb. Like, here's the like. I don't think.
I mean, he's not killing Ridley.
Here's the thing about. Is there a screw? There's finishing metal pyro. Like, what's down here?
Like,
oh, this is North First Super Missile, which is like.
Yeah.
The problem is he doesn't have charge beam. He doesn't have like.
He was. This is very interesting because he was right by grapple.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Like we were talking about like things that are for comfort. Doing GT without grapple is horrible. Like you think like I don't need grapple. Like do GT once without it, and you're like, man, I really wish I had grapple. If you're killing Croc, I think, and you're coming to GT on 10 super missiles,
yeah,
I think grapple's worth it. Like it's just like the problem is like. If you don't have grapple, you can only grab missiles that are directly above your head, right? And otherwise, you can like and like wave too. Wave makes your beam bigger. You're gonna get more drops and everything. Like I think for he would have saved time on the gate glitch. If Zeb's doing this, I think he should have gotten grapple, and so we'll see how he does. But it just always feels like
maybe he'll just. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be I'm terrible at it. That's always a possibility. Which, as there is telling me in chat that I'm just bad.
Zeb!
Yeah, this is...
No!
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Oh. Yeah, that's a shame. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd like to see Zeb keep going, because...
Yeah.
You know...
I want to know what he's doing.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. We just don't know what's going to happen. But at this point, it's pretty likely. It also depends if Cutie's watching or not. Like if I was in Cutie's standpoint, I would just start grabbing E-tanks. Like,
yeah,
He just needs to not die. It really doesn't matter what his rows are. Yeah, we do see the forfeit from Zeb, which is unfortunate. I definitely understand. Like, especially like if he's gonna die, he's gonna die on Fantoon or Bowling Alley or something. Even for top level runners, it doesn't matter. Like I've seen Zeus do it. Like everyone, it can happen to everyone. But he's got his suits. He's got some energy tanks now. It's pretty unlikely he's going to die. So he does have Ice Beam. Coming over here, this might be the 3 Brinstar energy recharge stations.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
Oh my god, is he gonna go back to wreck ship and do the energy tank? Row 1, column 3, and something else. Could kill Dragon, go back to wreck ship, get the energy tank.
Yeah, what do you get as your last?
That also has more spring ball in it.
Yeah.
He's got grapple. I mean, obviously he's got ice too. Like he's fine with it. He was practicing all sorts of bizarre setups for it.
Yeah, I mean, like spring ball, it's like, you know, we talk about the requirements to get there, but spring ball is also very obviously quite slow. Like
it's quite slow, but like if that's the only thing you're doing Meridia, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, but if he's doing the Dragon, yeah. I can't believe there's a defeat Crocomire and Dragon and a defeat Crocomire really on the same card. Like, this card is broken. We can give it back? Oh, he didn't break this tube.
Yeah.
Oh, he's actually not even going in.
Is that? Does it generally make sense to break the tube going right to left?
I mean, for running through it, because it triggers on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So you can just, I guess it makes less sense in that scenario, but it could also be a PV management thing, right? You want to make sure you have full coming in.
That could be true. He has none.
He has none now, right? But I don't know exactly where he's going.
I mean, he could just farm the frog.
Yeah, he could definitely farm, which he's gonna do.
Evil frog. Yeah. Also, that stupid red tower short charge, which he did in a very difficult way. You know, like you said before, in contention for best short charger in all of Super Metroid.
All right, we have Zeb in chat. He was saying he was doing top left, bottom right, row 3, and column 5. So you had, I had the column 5, row 3.
Interesting. So he was going back to Wreck Ship E.
Yeah, we had completely thrown away top left, bottom right because, like I said, it's literally on the opposite sides of the planet, the Ridley to Wreck Ship energy tank room.
Yeah, maybe it's like if that's your only absolutely terrible tile with those pairings, maybe it's worth it.
Yeah, like I said, we said Zeb is definitely one of the more creative routers. Like, it's so easy to be like, well, that's terrible, I just throw it away and never look at it again.
Yeah.
But like, once you realize the card in general is terrible, some of the terrible stuff you threw out becomes not terrible anymore, and it may actually be the best. Like, does have the 40 criteria missiles. Yeah, that would have. Yeah, it'd been nice to see that finish out because, you know, I was saying top left, bottom right was the Dabro, like of all things. So it'd been really cool to see that, and see if that actually would have been pretty efficient. Meanwhile, Cutie has broken our mind meld. Unfortunately, I'm lost at what's happening here.
Yeah,
he broke the tube, which means he's going back to Meridia. Like, that's what I don't like.
Maybe he just wouldn't feel right if the race ended with the tube still intact.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, I don't. What happened there?
This is such a weird route because, like, if you're gonna do Meridia, you might as well do Brinstar cleanup afterwards. Like, why would you go back down? What's forcing you to do that? Like, is there a finish in that I'm not seeing?
I don't know.
Like, there's the finish in. I mean, the only thing I can think of is he's also doing a finish in Red Shape Energy Tank Room. He's trying to do the same thing as last time, do Dragon up, which means he's got to do the revisit now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's pretty unambiguous that he changed what he was going for.
I wouldn't even say that because again, if he's doing if he's doing the same thing, I want to do Meridia
Yeah.
up, right? And then I also have to do a Bryn revisit for some reason, which I'm not sure why. So I mean, you could be right. He changed, but
At some point during this race, he certainly changed, or he would have gotten these missiles earlier.
yeah, you're right.
But I guess it's possible that he changed very early on. Yeah.
The thing about like, because I've been in this situation too, where it's like I want to change, and I realize I've already passed something that I need to get, and it just becomes like it's worse. I just even though my original thing is worse, it's better to stick with it now because cleaning it up is too much time. But I think he must have changed these energy recharge, and then realized he was close enough to kind of go back for his burn missiles, and it was fine.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, definitely the general heuristic is if you have something okay, stick with it over inefficiencies in routing.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is the row one. So the reason he's coming here and going back to Meridia, he's going to do Dragon, and then he's going to go up to finish in the wreck ship energy tank room again. Which, without plasma, is significantly worse. Like plasma is what makes it okay. Here it's kind of bad, but like I said, everything's bad. I like mine. The column, row 2, column 5, row 5. The only problem is like it is a Fantoon Ridley, so you have significantly more missiles over a Kraid Ridley.
Yeah.
You also have Gravity Suit, which makes that fight a lot easier. So
Wait, row 2, column 5, row 5?
yeah, is that impossible? Oh, that is impossible. Yeah, hold on. No, I had something. I promise.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Row 3, column 5, row 5. That's what it was.
Row 3, column 5.
So it's GT.
I mean, you're still. Yeah, I mean, it's still a chargeless Ridley, which has you picking
but
a lot of missiles.
No, not really, because you can get 20 supers, so you only really need like 60 missiles.
I guess that's true. And you're collecting 40 in criteria.
Plus power bombs.
Yeah, I guess that's not so bad then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Kraid Ridley becomes pretty rough without charge. You pretty much need to have like charge wave for it, at least to be able to do X factors. Fantoon with the 10 in wreck ship and the 10 in Bryn that you can get pretty easily. And hell, in this one you'd have 25, right? Because you also have to get the Norfair Super. So it'd be a lot of farming and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean,
I think that's a very reasonable combination you found then. Yeah.
Plus, I'm getting up to 40 Criterion missiles. That's my missiles.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of ammo for. I got to get the 25 Brinstar bombs. The 25 Criterion missiles is free with the 40 Criterion missiles. Like it's not great. Like I'll fully admit, it's awful. But like
it's what
we're looking at is also awful. Like
what a card. I wonder. I don't want to. Rub in the wound for Zeb or anything, but I really wonder how this would have gone had that GT fight gone differently.
I think, yeah, Cutie's definitely making some mistakes here. The door is definitely open. So yeah, just unfortunate, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now we're looking at 30. This is going to be probably faster than this other one. As bad as this route has been, like.
Yeah.
I think at this point,
I don't know.
Kill Dragon, then go back to let's see. We're thinking row 1. We're thinking can't be column 2. Row 2. So you got to get the Meridian map. Yeah, which is going from Meridian map. Okay, so this is row 2.
Yeah. I mean, Meridian map's a pretty quick detour.
Yeah. Not column 2 looks so good, and then finish in the power room. So row 1, row 2, and I don't know, something. Column 3? No, because he would have gotten Spring Ball right now. Opting to go the long way over... I guess he wants to save his supers. There's not that much longer coming this way.
Yeah, I think if you miss the green gate glitch like twice, then you've already lost time. Depending on how quick you GGG.
Yeah, unless you're running Nintendo Power, you never never really practice that one. Yeah, I know. I'm right there with you. There's more supers. So yeah, he's getting the 25. Yeah, it's alright. He must have changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he saw the race stream and just.
He got all 25 Star power bombs, didn't he?
I
think. Oh wait, no. It would have been lit. We'd be lit up.
Yeah.
Stupid question. I was thinking column 4 would have been. Yeah, because he already did all that Brinstar revisit. He could have just done column 4, right? He pretty much has all that stuff already. What Brinstar super is he? Oh, is he missing beta?
Could very well be.
I mean, I hate to say at this point, like, you know, you can run around the map 4 times. But yeah, I think. I mean, here's the thing: with what he did, column 4 would have been the best.
Mm-hmm.
So if he did just miss one of those Brinstar power bombs, or if he's doing something like, if he's doing something else that I don't quite see right now, like, he should have done that, or he forgot, and which is also bad. Yeah, I wonder. I'm not sure which one he's missing. It might be. I think it's beta actually, because I think he went back. Oh no, I didn't see him going like Mission Impossible or anything either. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
what you said on the first one, where you said he's not gonna be happy with, that's definitely true for this one. He's not gonna be happy with. And still, it's only the 35-minute mark, so you know, he still actually might beat his time from the last card. Maybe, depending on what this third mystery row is.
Yeah, I mean that first card was pretty miserable.
Shark is saying he did. The problem with that is like he either needed to get Spring Ball or it's a 25 power. Well, then Rockmire and Ridley, which ain't happening. Like. Let's have another Dre fight. Gonna be faster to do the triple spark rather than the quick kill on the grapple here. The problem is that getting a triple spark with no X factor is definitely harder, and by no means consistent.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think his sparks were really good enough to be able to pull this off. Yeah, I'll probably just finish some ammo here, which is we saw him farm a little bit before coming in.
You know, still a very nice fight. And a spike suit to cap it all off.
He's getting ammo, which means he's got other plans. I hope that was on purpose. I don't. That was beautiful. That was. I've seen spike suits get blown in some pretty dumb ways. That's.
Yeah.
Gotta
I feel it. Yeah.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah. Nice wample though.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, because I mean, like it's super common to see like
that you run. Purpose. Why are you breaking spin there? Like.
Yeah. If it didn't happen on purpose, then he almost 100% reacted to realizing he broke spike suit, or like he activated spike suit, because you just don't accidentally horizontal spark.
So
Coming down for spring ball now, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? This does make sense with the route. I mean, he should have gotten Maria map here too, but then he can just go up the toilet, right? I kind of forgot about that.
No, that's true.
Yeah, the toilet's a pretty efficient highway to take. But yeah, I think he should have just gotten map now too. Then, like, so I think it's still back and forth. But I think it's less back and forth.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Cutie, this is gonna be what, like a
it's probably like a 45. 40. I mean, he's got to get the spring ball, which is slow. He's got to go up the toilet all the way up to Forgotten Highway.
I mean, I don't think it'll be a 45. Maybe like a 42 or 43. I don't think Forgotten Highway takes that long.
It's pretty long. It's probably not 5 minutes, but yeah, it's...
Yeah, I mean, like, in DPRK, it takes, like, 6 minutes to get from Dragon to Phantoon, including picking up Plasma.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Or, no, Cutie already killed Phantoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be, like, the same...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's purple, so he definitely killed Phantoon.
It's not rando.
The funny thing, even if that was true, technically, man, I just realized there is the ultimate meme route where you finish in wreck ship energy tank room with Phantoon not get killed. That would be the ultimate meme if you could somehow make that work. Can you wait? No, is that door? That door's locked?
No,
I know the
you,
E-tank's not there.
Yeah, well, the E-tank's not there, but you can get in there, yes.
Yeah, okay. So...
yeah.
Man, oh god,
yeah.
that'd be the dream meme card. To finish in wreck ship energy tank room with the ship off. I'm gonna start scouting through cars just to find one that works on. Like,
yeah.
You would need like Croc, you would need like Grapple to be on the card, you would need like Dragon and Plasma. Like,
I mean, at that point, you are doing like an actual factual DPRK type.
Yeah, you basically just need the do DPRK card to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you could kill Kraid, right, for the suit and everything.
Yeah. Well, hey, let me know when you find that card.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure, like, there's definitely cards where I think doing Kraid Dragon actually does make sense. So it's just that card that has finish and wreck ship. Now, granted, that's a lot of other stuff you have to do afterwards. Like, it is a good chunk of time on top of that. Yeah, so Cutie is going to be going... Yeah, this was an interesting one. Basically, you took me, Cutie, and Zeb, and we had the three most divergent routes you probably possibly could come up with. Like, we all had something completely different.
Yeah.
Zeb was going Kraid down to Norfair back up. Cutie did Phantoon to some sort of burn revisit back up to Wreckship E-Tank, and I was doing Phantoon into Ridley. So, like, yeah, we all had just wildly different routes, and I'm pretty sure Cutie's wasn't the best. This is a pretty... I mean, still getting a 43 on a bad card. A 43 is not a bad time. Going to be finishing with dual 43s here. Yeah, you called it. So that should finish it. Oh, he's got to get the actually touch the E-Tank. So I know, just quick point of order. I know it's like you need to gain control of Samus to finish in the room, and then it's on touch. So does that mean you have to gain control of Samus after the touch to actually finish in the room, or you're just in the room already, so it doesn't matter?
It has been brought up before. I forget.
It's like 7-second difference on the timing. So because like the rule for finishing is you have to have control, but then when you're in a fanfare you don't have control, but you finished when you touch. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, GG's to Cutie.
Yeah, and we are joined now by the loser of today's race, unfortunately, Zeb316. GG, you know, unfortunate it had to end like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but so the route I was doing was really risky.
Hmm.
I actually was expecting to just run out of ammo on Ridley, not die there. Um, I was gonna have to get jail power bombs plus the missiles there, and then power bombs of shame before fighting Ridley to have enough ammo to kill him. And I think I have a pretty good setup for landing all the double hits on power bombs. I have to like turn high jump off and then like wall jump off the right wall, and that pretty much always double hits on power bombs. So then I would have had like I think 15 missiles of leeway if I double hit all my power bombs, which is like 2.5 supers. Um, but I was kind of trying to just like I don't know go fast. I normally don't get the super before GT, before the fight too. I think that's kind of what screwed me up. Um, I normally get set up in position and just fight him with the ammo I have and then get the super after. But I wanted to be a little bit faster, so I wanted to get the super first, and I think that killed me.
Yeah, like I said, we've been. I really wish we saw that all the way out. Because that was, like I said, we saw top left bottom right. I'm like, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. So you're definitely not doing that. And I was saying like that's the Dabro, like so. And then you came in chat like, yeah, I was doing top left bottom right. I'm like, and like I said before, like yeah, you've been in my chat one or two times where you come up with these wild rows, and I look at it and I'm like, God, you might be right. Like it's so
Yeah.
a lot of yeah,
So
like I said, you have a lot of really creative routing. So it's always fun to watch.
Hmm.
so like that creative routing is kind of both my biggest strength and my biggest weakness because a lot of times I'll look at something, I'll be like, oh man, this is super interesting, and I'll spend the first like 8 minutes trying to figure out how do I get this to work. And like, if I can't get it to work, then I'm just completely screwed because now I'm like 8 minutes in. I need to find a completely new route, and I just can't do that. For this one, I was actually looking at column 1 and row 3, and I was like, man, this is so good. I just need one more thing to go with it. And I just couldn't find anything because I was planning on going down first, getting GT supers, and then going back up to wreck ship and finishing in the wreck ship E-tank room there. And I was like, man, if I can just avoid Meridia, that's a really good route. So I was just focused on that. I ended up actually getting rid of column 1 because top left, bottom right, and column 3, or column 5, excuse me, go better together than column 1 does. Column 1 still would have been fine over top left, bottom right because of the 30 supers. I would have been able to skip I would have been able to skip what super is that? That's Criteria super. And I would have had to fully explore wreck ship instead, but I think that getting Criteria super is a little bit better, so I did that. And I wanted to go up that way anyway to get all 40 Criteria missiles before heading into wreck ship. So
Yeah. We also, excuse me, joined by Cutie at GG's to you.
GG's. Part of what happened to me is I like row 1 and 2 together, and then I just like, column 3 doesn't look that bad, and then I realized it was energy recharge and not missile recharge. Like partway through, and I was like, oh, okay.
The first card was hilarious because it had energy charge and the missiles, and then it also had like collect all the boots and collect all the beams, and then like it was like the first one was really hard to read because it had a bunch of like similar sounding cards that like you can get in your head.
I definitely figured there was some Endon Ridley thing around here, but I saw row 1 and 2, and I was like, okay, I'll just pair it with 3. This seems good enough. And then like I realized that column 3 is really bad. But I was like way too deep into it, and then also I realized, oh, I forgot to get like Brinstar missiles. Shoot. Okay. We'll see how that goes. But it was like, because everything that I saw like immediately that had Croc and Ridley kind of blew, because like Criteria missiles fucking sucks with a pink Bren revisit. Like it just absolutely blows, and I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I had row 3, row 5, column 5, which was the Phantom.
I think that one's probably pretty good, but
yeah, you're right.
Like in my last match, I had Criteria missiles, and like I had to go to Edicoons too, and it was like this feels really bad.
Well, okay, you went to Norfair, back to Brinstar, back to Meridia, up to Rex.
Oh no, I
Don't act
know.
like you had some.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. That was mainly because I didn't realize just how bad Column 3 was.
Yeah,
is the big
and like
thing.
you should.
But like when I was, this was like my mindset when I saw that. I was like, I really don't want to do that. This looks pretty good. And then as I was like getting more into it, I was like, oh, this is actually like way worse. Column 3 is. I misread some of these calls.
Yeah.
And it's, like obviously optimally, I just kill Croc and not grab grapple beam. But I figured I won game 1. Might as well grab grapple beam now, and if that's why I lose, then I'll just, I'll win. I'll try. I have game 3 in my back pocket. Was the big thing, instead of spending 5 minutes at ice clip or something.
Yeah, I think Zeb. I think in game 1, did you switch your route too? Just like the only thing I have that is you did like the little like dance in front of the statue, which generally when I see that was like you had it in at some point, you took it out, and then you go, did I take this out or not? Like.
I actually was changing my route a ton in the first one, near the beginning.
That makes sense.
And that, like, I think that kind of is the reason I forgot so much stuff, like, throughout the race, because I just, like, didn't have a, like, solid route in mind. I had, like, kind of a vague idea once I came up with what I wanted to do. But, yeah, that's another one where I was all like, oh, this is interesting, I'm gonna try this. Because I wanted to, like, finish a Croc, but I didn't want to go into Norfair and then go back into Meridia and then go back into Norfair. So I was all like, well, maybe I can just like kill Dragon first before going into Norfair at all. And I think it would have been kind of interesting if I hadn't have forgotten so much stuff and whatnot. It wouldn't have like changed the race. I lost by over 5 minutes, and it wouldn't have saved that much time. But
yeah,
we would have made it a little bit closer.
We were debating on that. Like if you're gonna get speed anyways, it just feels like. Because you have to do so much stuff to set that up. Like, if you just can avoid Norfair completely, I think it makes sense. But the fact that you had to go to Norfair later anyways, like... I mean, you had to come back for Croc anyways, so it's weird, but...
If I could have skipped speed and high jump going into Norfair, I think it would have made a little bit more sense.
Right.
Because I would have just gone straight to Croc. But I needed to pick up high jump and speed, because... I think that's probably the strangest way I've ever gotten that space jump, speed booster, and high jump tile. Getting space jump before speed booster or high jump.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
But I did need that tile anyway for the rows and columns I was picking. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was just saying, like, you gain a lot of routing efficiency, but you lose a lot of just like. I mean, it's called speed booster. Like, it's definitely makes you go fast. So it's probably one of those things that if you played 100% optimally, you're probably right. But it's like, again, we're all speedrunners, right? We know we're so used to doing Meridia a certain way that like you're miles faster with the correct equipment. So I don't know. You'd have to sit down and time it to figure it out. But like you said, it ended up being 5 minutes. So, but yeah, Cutie, you were gonna say something?
Yeah. Part of the other reason why I have taken these choices in game 2 is that basically I knew about how long it would take me, and I was looking at the card. I didn't see any obvious like sub 40. So I was like, this will be good enough to at least I can just execute, not have to worry about too much. But then I completely but I also misread it and thought it was missile recharges and not the energy. But I was like already just like, damn, whatever. This will be probably about the same speed as last race. I don't see any obvious sub 40s. There might be one that I missed, but this should be like fine. And that's another reason why I chose it, because I think sometimes, I mean, this happened to me in the last race too. I just like straight up forgot Mama Turtle tank because I was excited to be in Meridia with high jump and speed booster because that doesn't happen very often. So just having something that's you don't have to think about too much, or you don't have to think about potentially switching too much is very nice peace of mind. You can just do what you got to do and finish your rows.
Yeah. I wish I had been able to finish this one out just to see how it would have ended up.
What were you going to do?
So I was basically going down to Ridley.
Yep.
I was gonna beat Ridley. I needed to actually pick up jail missiles and power bombs of shame, or jail super power bombs and power bombs of shame to kill Ridley. And it would have still been pretty tight. But then I was gonna go back up. I was gonna go through reverse meme route, get the criteria supers and all those missiles, and then I was gonna go into wreck ship and get the rest of the criteria missiles, and then finish at wreck ship E-tank.
Gotcha. Okay, that's pretty neat. Yeah, that's tricky though, because Ridley is just how many supers? What you're gonna have? You probably grab Spore Spawn early there, especially since you're killing Spore Spawn. You have what 15?
Yep,
and then
I would have had 15 supers, 45 missiles, and 15 power bombs. So if I double hit every power bomb, then I would have had 15 missiles of leeway.
Yeah,
which is pretty rough. But
yeah,
I have a reasonable way of double hitting power bombs that I've like done a lot in randomizers. Where if you turn off high jump boots and then you just like continuously wall jump off the right wall, it puts you in the perfect height to like, and it like kind of gives you the perfect rhythm to continuously double hit Ridley with power bombs.
Yeah,
so
my other
thing
do that with doing a Ridley route on this card was like I was trying to find my best to pair it with finish a Metal Pirate Room, but like it was always connected to like some deep Meridia stuff. So it was like, so I kind of just wrote off a Ridley route early, but it looks like seems like there probably was one.
Yeah, I'm not even sure it would have been good.
Mentioned, yeah.
There's mine, and that's it. I think I have the only one.
Yeah,
because everything we were
like
saying,
a finish and Ridley kind of row, you know.
Everything, all same with the first card too. There was a lot of like, oh yeah, this looks really good, and then it was like Space Jump and Ridley, or like some like stuff like that. And it was like all the Norfair stuff was paired up with Meridia stuff. Like even this one had Metal Pirates and Space Jump. Like I had to keep routing around like the Space Jump when I was trying to come up with something, and it was
there's Metal Pirates is, let's see, it's paired with either Spring Ball or Space Jump in all three of the the options, which is just
also I don't what cruel joke is defeat Crocmire and Dragon and defeat Crocmire and Ridley on the same card. Like that's who that's just mean. Like that is the meanest thing I've ever seen. Like
it is pretty mean. Very easy to forget which one you're doing.
Yeah, I think with this card just got baited because column 1, row 3 just looks so good. Like, and there's really nothing you can pair it with.
Yeah, there's a lot of times you get 2, and then that's it.
After my last race, Fully Explore the Wreck Ship is so much slower than I think it is. Same with like all 15 Wreck Ship missiles. Like if you're doing Wreck Ship first and you have to do those, they're actually like way slower than I think even. Like it takes so long, so much extra stuff you have to do.
I used to think Fully Explore Wreck Ship was okay, but like after doing it a couple times, I'm really considering grade first at this point. Like,
I do know if you're doing Wreck Ship first with Fully Explore that grabbing the E-Tank after Gravity Suit is like at worst even.
Yeah, who told you that?
We timed it together. So, but yeah, it's like at worst even. So if you're doing Fully Explore the Wreck Ship ever sometime in the future,
I did call
you're saying if you have to get out of the Wreck Ship too, like if you're going left after Wreck Ship. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because it does depend on how safely you take Spiky Room, right? Because if you have Gravity, you're gonna take it a little bit more aggressive, and you can save like 3 seconds both ways, right? And then you don't have to go dip through the water and stuff. And like even if it's like 10 to 12 seconds slower to do it after Gravity Suit, it's so much safer. Like
it is.
Especially if you're going to like save in case you die. Like there's no reason to not do it after you get grabbed if you're planning on saving.
Even that,
or something.
just like, having to do Sponge Baths like 2 or 3 times, and it's all
gone. Yeah, exactly. If you mess up Sponge Bath, it's all gone right there. So,
anyways, so Kiwi does take the win. Zed, you are not completely gone yet. You do have the 3rd place match with MGA. So, any thoughts on that matchup?
I think it'll be interesting. MGA is a really, really good runner. He's similar to me in that he does a lot more old route than new route. He's like one of the best in the world at old route. So I think that his like actual gameplay strength a lot, like in terms of like any percentage, similar to mine except a lot better. But I think I could potentially maybe beat him in routing to some extent. Like I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting.
Yeah, he's
race.
going to crate first, and then but he makes grade first look so fast. So it's we saw in that Azure match that he was like in Fantoon, like just behind Azure. It's like, oh, and he's got all the stuff already. So
Yeah, it's not.
he flies.
It's not. If you do it like really well and you know what you're doing, it's not that much slower. The big thing about it that I think people forget about, like if you do Crade first versus Fantoon first, because like there's the big, oh yeah, you know, with Fantoon first you can skip Crade. The big thing though is if you're having to do a second Bryn visit, even without like just having even if you don't have to do any of the speed booster stuff, like having speed booster and high jump for Bryn revisit makes it so much faster.
Yeah. The only thing there is he'd get bit hard by skip high jump and skip speed cards.
Yes,
that happened in the first race, and that was
exactly.
Yeah. So
yeah. So like I don't think Crade first is like as bad. I think Fantoon first in most situations is going to be better, but I don't think it's like minutes slower. I think you're maybe losing 10 to 20 seconds in some cards. Just by doing it, if you have to do like Bryn. Yeah.
Especially if you have like the two missile recharge stations, Bryn Star, stuff like that, that like takes you right next to Crate anyway, and you're kind of losing the boss fight in time.
Yep. And then like when I realized that it was Bryn energy recharge stations too instead of missiles, I was just like, I should have just done Crate first. And then I thought I was like, oh, I don't have power bombs for North for a map. But it's like, oh, I'm killing Croc. Like I should have just done Crate first. And
you can also just grab alpha BBs, like it's not that.
Exactly. Like I think Crate first makes this like my row is Crate first probably makes it at least like a 40.
Yeah, my initial plan was to get those alpha power bombs so I could get the Meridian map station the first time through before going into North Faradol. But...
Yeah, and then Cutie, you are in the finals facing Azure. So thoughts on that?
It's gonna be a good match. I was only able to participate in 2 qualifiers. I won one of them, and I got second place to Azure in the other one. So in this tournament, we're 1-1 against each other. That second place to Azure is actually the only game I dropped in the tournament, including qualifiers. So looking forward to it.
In the actual tournament, in practice, you know.
Hey, I did a nice meme route of collect gravity, skip Varia, where I hell ran the Croc. So I could get Wreck Ship Reserve, okay?
I know. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of, kind of a lot of fun upsets and everything early on this tournament. And then it's been chalk at the end here, the top 4 in the semis and the top 2 in the finals. So, but yeah, I think both his matches are going to be real fun to watch. Going to be real exciting. Should see them in the next week here. And the only thing I have to say is to avenge me, Cutie.
I was hoping for the Team Corn Dog finals. I made it. I put up my end of the bargain.
I had to go through Asda. What do you want from me? Like, oh, just beat Asda. Okay, fine. You do it now. So it's so easy.
I think he's better than me at triple bingo. I definitely do. I don't think it's impossible for me to win, but I think he's a better triple bingo player than I am for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be pretty similar to the last one where, like I said, I think there's only 2 people in the tournament where you could say he's got an execution disadvantage, and it's you and MGA, but he definitely has a lot of other upsides. So
his brain works better than mine sometimes.
Yeah,
most of the time. To be honest,
saw that today, I think.
Yeah,
so.
That's for sure. But he's insanely good at triple bingo. So
yeah, I mean, if it's not a vanilla speedrun, I think he's automatically #1 in pretty much all the other stuff. Yeah, yes. I mean, obviously, even in the vanilla runs, like he's very strong.
Yeah, I think like Rando triple bingo. I think he's probably the best at that in terms of Super Metroid, especially at least in this tournament, if not completely overall.
Yeah, I mean, there's other, you got like Kip and us. Like, there's a lot of people, a lot of good people who didn't join this tournament too in this format. But yeah, definitely up there. Definitely in the conversation for the best, I think. So. Looking forward to that. I think that's gonna more or less do it. Glove, do you have anything else you want to say? You want to finish it up here for us?
Sure. Be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow Zeb316. Go follow ARealCutie for putting on these great 2 races. And if you would be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. We've had Just Defend doing tracking today. I've been Glove. I've been joined by Apathy Duck, and from all of us here at SpeedGaming, we'll see you next mission.